What if I told you there's a way to get free ads? You don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month with Google or Microsoft Bing ads, and you could get your services and what you do in front of people that are closest to you, so you can get in front of the people that you want to most, and you can do it at no cost with the added benefit of you are helping out your community and those in need. Now, so you might be thinking, this is crazy, Mark. What's the catch? There is no catch. But you might be wondering, where would I do this? 2 weeks ago, I was having a company-wide meeting, Limo Marketer. For those of you, my name's Mark. We run an agency that helps limo company owners. In the meeting, we really came to the conclusion that we're really only helping companies that are a little further along the way. And there's a lot of people that watch our videos that need some help, but they just need the first few steps. They don't have the kind of money it takes to start advertising online and really to throw fuel on the fire. We were thinking we really need to come up with something, some sort of product or service that can help out newer operators that are looking to grow. I started thinking about it. The client that I recently did an interview with, if you haven't checked it out, you should. His name's Armando with SUV Seattle Services. So he was a newer operator. He probably started with us before most do. He started running ads pretty early on in his business. We were on the phone later that same day talking. What I found about Armando is the guy was a real go-getter. He would constantly post pictures of himself with his clients on Instagram. He had even done some videos with them. It got me thinking, wow, Armando, what if I told you that I think you would be perfect? And now that I think about it, it's not just him. Anyone can do this. And what that is the free ads. What kind of platforms let you run free ads, you might be wondering. There's a lot of them actually, and they're called Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Nextdoor. All of these platforms allow you to post organically. So there's a slight catch there. I know I said free ads, right? So technically these aren't free ads because they're not really ads at all, because it doesn't work to post on these social platforms. Even making an offer, it still comes off as salesy. No one wants to see that. And so what we need to do is shift our strategy. And if we shift our strategy, we'll get more clients than ads on those platforms could ever get us. Because the truth is, those platforms just aren't as good for ads anyways, because it's not people that are actively searching for the service. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, you're usually killing time. You're not searching for a vendor. The ads don't even work as well because it really takes getting the lead and then doing a bunch of follow-up because maybe they might need the service at some point in the next year. It just doesn't work that well. However, what if instead we posted frequently to these platforms? And what if instead of being salesy, what if we were providing value? Those of you watching this, and I get this all the time, I talk to people that have watched this channel and they say, Mark, I just wanted to thank you so much for all the free content you provide. I always say, it's no problem. And the truth is, this is the best thing I do for my business, is creating content. Because the more people I help, the more people that eventually come to Limo Marketer to see if we can help them grow even more. And so what I wanted to do is figure out a strategy that can get people the first few steps of the way so that they can eventually be in a place where we can help them. It hit me, and I don't know why it's taken so long for this to hit me, because this is exactly what I do. But why not have these newer operators posting daily on all of these platforms, getting in front of people, providing value? Now, this is really the key, because how most operators that I've seen on social platforms do it wrong, and it's not their fault. I thought this was how you do it too, was, okay, I'm going to post to all my social media channels about my website, and here's my phone number. And by the way, if you need an airport transfer or if you want to take a night out in a limo, give us a call. I shouldn't say nothing, but it's just really not popular. It doesn't get a lot of engagement because you're trying to take. If you try to take too much and you're not giving, people are not going to engage with you. People don't want to use you as much because you're seen as a taker. And so this is something that took me a few years to learn when I started business. Many times I would always be looking at the what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Why am I going to do that? What's in it for me? And what I've learned that is, I think, a fundamental lesson, no matter what business you're in, is that especially the people you help that you don't know how they can somehow reciprocate it, those are the ones, if you help enough of those people, it always comes back, and it usually comes back in far greater multiples than what you gave. So the question I get, or I got, I should say, because I talked to lots of different operators that are our clients last week about this, is, well, I don't know what I'm going to post. And that's a good point. What are you going to post? Well, you need to provide value. And so we started brainstorming, and really magic happens when when you share a Google Doc with several people that are creative in the same business and they just start firing off ideas. And there were so many great ideas. Maybe road closures. You're driving around all the time, you see road closures. Maybe there's traffic backed up at LAX, okay? You're just letting your community know. And by the way, I say community, this can go for any social platform, but we're testing this on Nextdoor. And the reason I love Nextdoor, now it doesn't have the user base, but it's pretty much all of your local community. And who do you want to be in front of? Who do you want to be the go-to person for your local community? Well, you might say, Mark, I don't live in a rich neighborhood and my clients are all in rich neighborhoods. I don't think that's always the case. And number two, Nextdoor has a pretty good size reach in that just because it's not, a rich neighborhood isn't right next door to you, doesn't mean they won't still see your content if it doesn't get enough engagement. And so anyways, when I was brainstorming, I came up with something that I thought would be better than any sort of help post or any sort of helpful content you could post. The thought was this: we need to figure out how can we give back to our local community? How can we start giving rides to people that actually need them? And for many of you watching this, a lot of you aren't from the United States. I have a ton of immigrant clients. I have a lot of clients that are from here as well. But when you start getting into this posting daily on social platforms and essentially building your personal brand, which will help build your business, what you find is your story matters so much. Who you are, what you sound like, and the more people get to know your face and your voice, the more business you're going to get. And so with the group of operators I was speaking with, I said, hey, why don't we do this? How about we tell everyone that for the next 8 weeks, once a week, we're going to be giving out a free ride to someone in the community who needs it. And we're going to do a post on Nextdoor. We're going to do one post a week for 8 weeks. And these posts are going to be videos. Now, this part's important. And for many people, this is terrifying to them. Posting a video of yourself and uploading it, especially if English isn't your first language, then it's super terrifying. I have to tell you something. The clients you want are the clients that want to help out hardworking Americans. And if you have a story that goes along with that, maybe like Armando, you came here from Venezuela. He came here 6 years ago with the dream. And by the way, this is essentially what he says in the video. 6 years ago with the dream of starting a small business. And I did. It was a luxury car service business. This country has given so much to me. And I tried to think of how could I give back to my local community? And I thought, what better way than to offer a free ride every week for 8 weeks for those in need? And so I'm posting all of this and making this video because, as you can tell, I'm very excited about this. I think this is going to work really well. And by the way, we just posted the video last night. Already, he's gotten several different responses looking for quotes. Because who do you think the person who is your ideal client wants to work with? Generally wealthy people, and this might not be rich people, and I don't know a ton of them, but they aren't all stingy. Actually, many of them are generous, and many of them want to help out those that are, number one, helping themselves, working to build a small business. I mean, I can tell you from personal experience, there's nothing I love more than helping out small business owners, especially those that are just starting out, because I remember how hard it was, and I remember that it wasn't easy. So if you take someone like that, someone who is just starting out, English isn't their first language. By the way, that's not a requirement for this, but when he shoots his video, you can tell it isn't, okay? And this isn't easy to do. And those people that watch this video, they know it's not easy to do. And it's even harder when English isn't your first language. And so what you're doing with all of these things that you could almost look at as detriments, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but all of these things working against you, English isn't your first language, you're not from here originally. With all of that, you're still so grateful for this country, and he is. You're so grateful that you're giving back to the community, and you're not asking for anything. You are asking them to recommend someone in need. Post below, share the post so that more people see this, so they can let me know who's in need. And so with a post we did for Armando, he got multiple people requested just his rates. They weren't asking for the free ride. And then there was probably, I think, 2 posts of people saying, hey, if one person said, if this is real, yeah, I'm interested and I need a ride to the airport. Another person posted and they said, I know the perfect young couple. Their baby has been in the hospital for 7 months since the baby was born, and they could really use a night out or a day trip. And that really hit me. And I said, that is the person we're giving the ride to because they need that ride. And so not only is this going to help your business, but it's also doing the right thing, right? You're helping your community. And I promise you, it's going to come back in multiples, because when people see the person who isn't rich, who isn't wealthy, and they're giving, wow, I'm getting goosebumps here, because that is extremely powerful stuff. And so I promise you, if you do that, you will get more business than you can handle. Now, it's not something that might be the very first post. It might not be the first post that takes off. It was his very first post and it took off. You know, it's gotten a lot of engagement. He's going to do this every week for 8 weeks. Who knows? He might even be picked up by the local news. And what I asked him to do is every person you do a ride for, take a photo with them. Even better yet, maybe do a short video. Ask them who they are. If they're comfortable, do a video. But if not, just take a picture. And then that also gives you something else to post about. And I promise you, the people that use these social media apps, all of us, we see stuff like that and we want to share it. We want to repost it and we want to work with people that do things like that, because this world would be a much better place if people were more about what can I do for you and what can I do for my community? Because if you do that, then I promise you, you will be taken care of. So anyways, guys, we posted the video last night and I'm doing this sort of thing with a few different clients. I'm going to record the results. I think this is going to be huge. And I think this is going to be something for that smaller operator to do to generate business when all you have is time and not a lot of money. This is what you do. Hope you guys enjoyed the video as you go about your day-to-day giving back, because the theme of this video is really just give. And I promise you it will come back to you. And tell people who you are, tell people about your business, but don't just promote asking for things. Give, because as soon as you do that, people will feel like they need to give back to you. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'd really appreciate it. If you got value from this video, if you like videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys on next week's video.